Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel, and sorry I've been a little bit, I think I've only posted like 2 or 3 videos over the past like 2 weeks or week or so. Basically, obviously, as you can see by my background, things are getting quite festive. I've got a lot of, you can't quite see, but I've got a lot of presents and stuff on the floor. You can kind of see that thing a little bit there for the presents. So a lot of Christmas stuff, but also I've got a new job, so a lot of stuff going on. That's why I've not been uploading as much as I'd like to, but regardless, I've got plenty of videos for you guys over the festive period, even while I'm not here, queued up and ready to go. So yeah, just I'll still be uploading even though I won't be around, but regardless. Anyways, so we are here to talk today about Mitchell van Bergen, who is an Eredivisie objective card. He's fairly easy to get. He's just basically just finish the Eredivisie objectives, and you'll pick him up. Quite a nice card. It's the exact same way that you get this Baumgartel player centre back and the Gravenberch player. You get them on the way through to getting Van Bergen. It's like win 10 games, play 15, or score in 15 rather. That sort of thing to get this Van Bergen card. Now, the first thing that you can quite clearly see is his pace, 96 pace. This man is so bloody fast. Combined with that with 99 agility as well, he's just electrifyingly quick. And then also, if you look across to the far right, you can see he's got 98 stamina. So something's going on there in terms of, is he the ideal super sub? But also is the ideal starter, because he's got the pace, he's got the agility, but also he's got the stamina to be able to last the whole game, and trust me, he does last through the whole game as well. I did start him in quite a few weekend leagues. I've dropped him now. As you can see, he has dropped on my bench, where I do think he's the best super sub out there right now. If I'm being fair, I do think he's the best super sub, but that's just me. Regardless, anyways, so his stats: 81 shooting, so not amazing shooting, but pretty good shooting. 82, so sort of around 80 in most of the areas that you would want him to have good stats in. So attack positioning, finishing, shot power, long shots. I mean, long shots 88 is pretty damn good, to be fair. In fact, very good. Very low penalties. Quite a few aeroplanes flying overhead as well. Quite low penalties and quite low volleys, but you know, it is what it is. Passing 84 vision. Now that surprised me. That's pretty damn good. It means that when you've got your back to the play, you've got like a wider cone to be able to hit with less error with a wider cone to hit. So that's actually pretty useful, especially for someone that's got virtually no strength whatsoever. Because you can't hold people off. You've got to move the ball pretty quickly. Crossing 78, that's pretty meh if I'm honest for a winger. That's okay, I guess. 76, sorry, short passing. That's meh. I mean, I wouldn't say it's great. I wouldn't say it's even good, to be fair. So that's just okay. It's fine. Curve 88 though, finesse shots are pretty decent, and then dribbling stats. I mean, you can see all of them. The only one that lets them down a little bit is that 77 reactions, and you do see that in game sometimes, if I'm being honest. But composure 75, I didn't see any real trouble with composure most of the time. But I think this does relate to a point that I'll bring up later on in the video. Player traits: speed, dribbler, and technical dribbler. So nothing that really bothers you. They're both at AI, the CPU AI, so nothing that bothers you at all. The only thing being that he has 5-star weak foot, so it doesn't matter which foot you're on, you can ping it with either foot. That's why I reckon he is the best super sub out there, combined with his work rates of high-low. So if you are trading in a game and you need to bring on a winger or an attacking midfielder, would definitely recommend Van Bergen, because my god, he is fast and he really does cause people problems off the bench for sure. So anyways, so that's enough of me talking about the stats. Let's get into some clips. The first thing to notice is just how unbelievably quick he is. Nice volley there. I mean, what was weird is I scored a lot of volleys with him. Like, it's quite surprising, but I don't know whether that's just due to his high agility, that it means he can get into position quicker. But see there, look how quick he is, and then left foot, his weak foot. He just curls it into the corner. Another volley there. You can just see, I mean, here you can really see how quick he is. Just look how blisteringly quick he is past everybody there. And then yes, okay, I did a rainbow flick, and yes, I got a little bit lucky with that one. But you can just see there how quick he is. Nice little ball in there for João Felix, so I'll do a review on later. I think I'll probably be later on in the week or next week. Again, absolutely rapid, just caught up to the player and just grabbed the ball and scored. One thing that I will say is that yes, he is absolutely rapid. You can see his agility coming into play there, and his shot power is very good. One thing I did notice, he's incredibly inconsistent. So whatever these simple balls and quite often some quite hard shots do go in, and you'll see quite a few hard shots from him go in. Like, that's not really that easy to do with his weak foot there, curling it in, and that's what he's fantastic at doing, just peeling off onto that back post and getting you some volleys, some finesse shots. What I would say is that he pretty much, I'd say about 30 to 40% of the time, he really struggled for me in games. Really struggled. As a substitute, he scored a lot of goals, but when he was starting, he had quite a few games where he didn't score, or he missed quite a few good chances. In that game, he actually came off the bench, I'm pretty sure, into Cam, and yeah, scored for me. That was a really nice volley. He can score quite a few really nice goals, but he also has a real problem with his consistency. So I'm not too sure if I would recommend him as a starter, but definitely as a substitute, definitely coming off the bench as a super sub, I absolutely would recommend him. But anyways, let's get onto these ratings. So technically I'm going to give him an 8 because he does have the 5-star weak foot, which is incredibly useful, obviously. So 5-star weak foot, he's got the good dribbling, like apart from the composure and the reactions, he's still got decent reactions, but anyway, technically and shooting, he's absolutely fine. Like most of the time he's absolutely fine. Like I said, with the caveat of he's slightly inconsistent. Tactically I'd put him as 7.8. That's pretty because he normally is in the right position, not always, but normally he's in the right position at the right time. So I don't think I can hold that too much against him. Physically, I would give him a 7 purely because he has no strength. Like, he is unbelievably weak. I can't remember what his strength stat actually is, but not only does he not have that, he doesn't have any jumping ability. He's got no aggression, so you're not going to really win many 50-50s. So for that reason, I've given him a fairly low rating when it comes to physicality, just purely because he hasn't really got any other than pace. And by God, he is quick. By God, he is quick. If he wasn't as quick, that would be like a 2. But his pace makes up for quite a bit of that 7 rating. So he's not like Eusebio, for example, where he's unbelievably quick, but also has a little bit about him to be able to shoulder people off, kind of thing. Consistency or mental, sorry, I've called it mental, but consistency, I put him down to 6, just because, as I said earlier, for about 30% of the time, he isn't very good. When he was starting for me, he wasn't great. 30% of the time. But when he came on as a substitute, he was always great. Always. I don't know whether that was because the defence is tired or what it was, but he always seemed to get into positions. And when he's in a position to score, he's normally pretty good. So yeah, I'd definitely recommend doing him 100%. I think, well, in terms of value, they're kind of, the only value is the value for the time it takes, and I think it took me about 2 hours to get him. One of the best super subs on the game. I'd absolutely recommend him, so it's definitely a 10 for that. Definitely a 10 for value. But for actual ability, I'm just going to give him a 7, because while I think he is a fantastic super sub, I do think if you start him, you will start to see a few issues creep in. Maybe it is when the defenders are at their best early on in the game, and they're at their most physical, at their most, they're not tired at all. Maybe that is when he struggles, and maybe that's when you sort of start to take shots on the half turn, and maybe that's what he isn't quite capable of doing. Not like the best players like Cantona, like Eusebio are able to do. But if you can get him into a good position, he is pretty damn good. So I definitely recommend him. Definitely think he's a good card. He's just a good, solid winger card. Very, very good off the bench. So yeah, anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. As I said, I'll be uploading more next week over the festive period. So I'd appreciate any support, any shares, anything like that is really greatly appreciated. And yeah, catch you soon. See ya.